How's it, guys? All good. So my name is Kingsley. I'm a mentor with the Character Company, and yeah, I have been doing camps and mentoring for the past couple of years, and we're here in Durban doing camps finally in Durban, and I just wanted to chat with you guys and let's break down your experiences in terms of mentoring these boys out here, the ups, the downs, the pros, the cons, and maybe also chat through misconceptions, things that you thought you needed to have or things you needed to be in order for you to become a mentor. So I just want us to chat around those things in terms of experiences and all that. So probably I can start with you, Wins. Would you like to quickly introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Wendile. I'm from Mlazi, Durban. Well, I've joined the SMRS camps and with an inspiration, I like to see myself in the one day becoming a full-time mentor. So this space or this experience in Italy so far, I could say it's good. And I had those thoughts, those challenging thoughts now, becoming a mentor, you need to be someone, or qualified, or someone who has a certain character, even though that is important, but those thoughts, sometimes they are limiting, than just being you, being genuine, being a caring person, being a loving individual who loves to see people developing, changing. So I saw it fits, you can be a mentor. If you have love for people, if you have love to see people growing, changing, transforming, so for me, I could say with this short time experience in Vilena, I've learned a lot, and also I've learned from you guys as well, seeing you facilitating my activities and all of that. So it has taught me and it has shown me it is possible. And I'm looking forward to it. And
it's an ongoing learning experience.
Yes.
Awesome. What about you, Malume Sfiso? I mean, I've camped with you back in Joburg, and it's not the first time camping with you. I've seen you do your thing with mentorships and so on. What can you say about your experience before and after you have started doing mentorships and even facilitating at camps? What's your takeaway, or what's that thing that shocked you?
Firstly, I would like to introduce myself.
Yes, please.
My name is Suso Ndongela, and I have been mentoring for quite a while. And I think before I started mentoring, I was quite nervous, getting into something quite new, and I knew it would be in something I had to commit to, the busy schedule and so forth. But I think it's one of the most rewarding things I have done, and one of the things that I am most proud of. I think it is such a beautiful experience to be around young men and mentoring them and seeing them rise up to their full potential. I think it's one of the most rewarding things. And especially, I think also the relationship that we have with other mentors, the ability to grow, the ability to be there for one another. I think we have formed quite beautiful relationships. I mean, with one another, we have become a small family in a sense. And I think even though there are some difficult times in life, we were looking forward to camp and catching up and experiencing those testimonies that we have with the boys. I think for me that is a very important and fundamental part of camps and mentorship programs, and it has brought so much joy and personal growth for me. I
like what you said, Uti. You had to make time. there will never be time unless you intentionally make time. You know what I mean? Because there's always something happening in our lives that will give us an excuse to go say, no, there's something much better to do. Something much better to do. Maybe it might be a fear that we have inside. You were nervous and scared before because you didn't know what to expect. So those could be excuses that we create before we commit.
Sure.
And probably because we don't know what to expect last year. And the second thing that I love that you said we've formed relationships within it. It's not only about us giving out to the boys. We also had formed relationships not only with the boys but also as men, outside what we're doing, even within it. But we've created a space for ourselves where we are able to be accountable for one another and be able to be there for one another, basically practicing what we preach to the kids.
Definitely.
So that's something that I've realized and that I appreciate, and I think I never really thought of that before I started a couple of years ago, Guti. There's even a beautiful relationship that I'm going to build with men whilst I'm applying myself and giving of my time, doing mentorships and doing camps. So that's something that I really was a shock for me, but which I really appreciate a lot, because you cannot give from an empty vessel. You have to be poured into in order for you to be able to give out, right? So that's just one of the things that I think I loved the most. Is there anything that shocked you probably out of this experience, as you're already in it, you're already mentoring, you're doing your thing there, and then maybe a culture shock or something that just shocked you, but maybe in a pleasant way or in an unexpected way? Is there something that shocked you?
Not that I think of. Just that indeed. Yeah, I could say there is. Yeah, there is. Firstly, seeing you guys, because I'm still new. I think it's my third time coming to the camps and mentoring as well. So, to see you guys mentors, having that energy, having that authority, for me, the thing, it did shock me, it was a culture shock, you can see the guys, being fathers, to the kids, why, their parents are absent, in that situation, but seeing them owning up, that for me was a shock, but at the same time it was a pleasant shock, because, I saw that, wow, I can also do this, I can also, become like one of you some other time. So, yeah, and also you mentioned the thing which you can't pour something while you're an empty vessel. It's the same thing that I'm seeing as we teach the guys, on our themes like generosity, it can be trust, it can be joy, you can't go and teach, those boys or mentor those boys while you yourself, you lack, in those levels. You are not generous. You are not trustworthy. There's no joy in your life. So it starts with you. You need to do the work first before you can do the actual work. So I saw the importance of that. Like in my life, right now, what I'm saying, in fact, there's a challenge, a positive challenge now in my life. I need to also apply. Not I'll go there and teach. I must also be the model. When they see the things that we teach, them, they must see it in me. It must reflect. Which wow, Uncle Fiso, he's generous. Uncle Fiso is trustworthy. Uncle Solami, Uncle Kingsley, they must see those things that we teach them. The identity issue, they know themselves. The esteem, the self-esteem, the health, self-esteem, So all those kind of things, especially since we're in the space of molding men, it is very important for us as men to be good role models. Not to we just doing the activity or the act for the sake of doing it, but it must be something that is seen in us. It is something that they must say, wow, I went to the camp and I saw Uncle Suso teaching me this 1 and 2 and 3, and I got this image in my mind which I want to be like him one day. So yeah, for me I could say it is a positive challenge, and I'm up for it.
You know, as you're talking, I'm reminded of even the name of the camp, Men Moulding Men. I'm reminded of iron sharpened iron. You know, with the character company, one of the things that we look for in mentors is faithful, available, teachable men. In order for us to be able to apply ourselves in the correct way and to allow God to move in us as we apply ourselves and mentor these kids, there has to be a teachable spirit. You got to be able to learn not only from your fellow mentors but also from the kids themselves, and allow yourself to be teachable. And because through that I learned that you're still able to heal, because you said earlier, one of us said here earlier that there's this misconception of what you have to be perfect when you come to be a mentor. And as a matter of fact, we actually look for broken men to come teach, because through your brokenness there's a lot of wisdom in it, right? And through that brokenness there's a lot you can pass on. So out of that there's also healing as you apply yourself and as you teach yourself in the most genuine way and allow God to move in you. Then he gets to show you things that need healing in your life, and you get to even see God move and heal certain things that you never even thought that needed healing. Only if you have a teachable spirit. That's when the iron sharpens the next. It doesn't matter whether the iron is older or the iron is younger. They are both iron at the end of the day. And they get to sharpen each other. They get to mold one another, as it says. So that's just one thing that I got to realize, that I got to gain out of my mentorship experience, that I never thought I would gain as a mentor.